Hello, man of 3301 onliners, and this is a video that I wanted to present to you. We just finished doing a discussion board that is probably one of the most controversial ones that we have every semester, and I wanted to kind of give you my thoughts on some of the comments that were made and just the very nature of the question itself. And the question, of course, I'm talking about is why do you feel that women and people of color or minorities have difficulty rising to the top positions within American business? This is always, every semester, a very hotly debated point, and one with lots and lots of opinions that come out, and of course you guys' post did not disappoint in that area. But I wanted to share a few thoughts that I had on the matter. Why are women and people of color not more statistically represented in the C-suite of American business? Well, one thing I wanted to point out was to say that, are we sure that they're not? There is a rise in women rising in the ranks of American business. Is it as fast as some of the advocates would like? No. Is it statistically balanced to the number of women versus number of men in the general workforce? No. But I think that the statistical argument needs to also take into consideration all of the statistical impacts. Now, let me start with this. Statistically, women are on the rise in graduate schools throughout the country. Statistics will show that the majority of graduate level, especially in business, students are women. There's also a rise of people of color in graduate programs and in schools throughout the country. There is also a rise in the number of prominent women in American business and in American politics. Take a look at the presidential campaign that is ongoing right now. The presumptive nominee for the Democrats is a woman. There was a woman that was a potential nominee running on the Republican side. How interesting it would have been to have had a November ticket of Hillary Clinton versus Carly Fiorina. That would have been very interesting and at the very least historical. But one of the things that I think that the argument, the way that the discussion board question was posed, was, have we taken into consideration all that might impact the number of people who desire to move up? Does the good old boy network still exist? Yes, unfortunately it does, but in lesser and lesser degrees. My thought is that when you expand the actual population of potential people to move up into senior corporate leadership and include women and people of color, you also have to take into consideration those statistical things that impact those members of the population and their desire to seek such positions. My contention is that yes, women are rising. There are women CEOs. The number of women in minority-owned business is growing. No, it is not statistically equal to the representation of those people, being women and people of color, in the population. One of the reasons being is that I think that there is a different drive, especially among women, to seek those positions. The sheer percentage of women in the workforce that are seeking those positions does not equal the same percentage of people in the male workforce that are seeking those positions. Now, I think ethnically that it's pretty balanced, that there are equal number of people of color that are seeking advancement just as much as there are white people seeking advancement. So all I'm saying is that it's not just a simple mathematic computation of X percent of a certain population should be represented in senior leadership. It just doesn't work out that way. because when you expand any statistical population, you also expand other statistical impacts that come along with those populations, including their mindset, their drive, and even their willingness to seek such positions. Are we ready to be totally equal? Are we there? No, we're not. Are the numbers a lot better than they were 10, 15, 20, even 30 years ago? Absolutely. I can tell you as just a matter of course in my career that there is still bias going on in American business. I am a human resources professional, predominantly a female industry. In fact, I was denied several promotions early in my career simply because the head of HR, the organization I was with, did not feel that 6'3", 260 male had what it takes to be a recruiter. So it does exist. The discrimination still does exist. I'm happy to say that in my opinion it is diminished in that we do have good solid laws. Many of you talked about the laws that have been enacted to try to fight against discrimination either by gender or ethnicity. But at the same time, we have a lot of people in leadership now that are also supporting efforts to increase diversity. Unfortunately, these are wheels that historically have always ground very slowly. And the statistical increase in the number of women and people of color in higher positions will continue to grow. As fast as we would like? Probably not. But it is continuing to grow. And let's not lose sight of the ground gained. And not just say that the Good Old Boy Network is still holding people down. I don't think that that is as viable an argument as it once was. So what do we do going forward? We fight for the equality. We continue in our spheres of influence to look at the talent and the people that have the drive and the desire to move up, regardless of their skin color or gender. And as managers going forward, you can play a part in the continued growth and placement of people of color and women in senior positions, and seek them yourselves. Find out what it takes to take on those roles, earn those credentials, and go for it. Thanks for your time today. I hope this video is somewhat enlightening, and I look forward to seeing you again next time on these weekly videos. Have a great day, and we'll see you online.